Taking a look at Chia on the daily, this thing has actually performed very well compared to the rest of the cryptocurrency market recently. Pretty much everything's been tanking, and you can see this has had a 102% move, so pretty decent. In my previous videos, I mentioned that we'll likely hold this downtrending level of support here to the upside, but we did break it to the downside here for a brief period of time, and then we did rally back above it, which is a good sign. Now you can see that we are trading above the EMA ribbon here, which is very good. You can see the only time we've really done that in the past is back here, and ultimately we did get rejected out of the Ichimoku cloud. Now we'll have to see if something like this does happen again here. You can see we are also trading within the Ichimoku cloud on the daily, but you also have to keep in mind here we have had a ton of volume come in here in the past couple days. Back here, not so much. I mean, we had a couple candlesticks, but that was really about it. I mean, look at the volume moving average here. This thing is way higher than it was back here. So this is a really good sign in my opinion. You can also see that we've had pretty much a week straight of daily green candles, which is starting to get overextended. You can see here on the daily chart, we're pretty high on the RSI. So we definitely should see somewhat of a pullback relatively soon. Now, if that pullback sends us lower, we'll just have to find out, but I wouldn't pile into this yet. I'll potentially wait for a retest of this downtrending level of support for another entry point. But right now we're kind of at resistance. You can also see we have this downtrending level of resistance up top here that we also have to get over, as well as the 200 daily EMA. If we hop down to the 4-hourly chart and zoom in a little bit, you can see we have flipped the EMA ribbon green, which again is a good sign. We are oversold on the 4-hourly, which is to be expected for the most part, and we could potentially move all the way again up to this downtrending level of resistance here indicated by this green line. If we hop down on the hourly, you can see we've been pretty parabolic throughout this move, which is a good sign. You can see that we are still holding the EMA ribbon as support, again, a really good sign, and you can also see the increase in volume here. The RSI is chopped around the oversold territory, which is to be expected since we've had a pretty strong move here. If we hop down to the weekly, you can actually see something pretty interesting here. Now, this weekly candle has not closed yet, so we'll have to see what happens, but we do have a bullish engulfing candle here with one of the largest green volume bars we've ever seen on this coin. You can see previously when we've had bullish engulfing candles, they pretty much followed by a bearish move to the downside almost immediately. So we really need this green candlestick to close green and potentially have another green one to the upside and break above this downtrending level of resistance. If we can break above this downtrending level of resistance that's held Chia down ever since its birth and use it as support, we could skyrocket out of here. And you can see ever since Chia's inception, it has been below 30 on the RSI, currently sitting at a reading of 34. So this is actually the highest RSI reading Chia's ever had, which is another good sign. If I on CoinMarketCap here and I move my cursor over to the market cap history, you can see I've almost made a little line here. I can't really draw anything on this, but hopefully you'll understand. But if I make a line right here, you can actually see that it looks like we have broken below it and are currently retesting this line on the market cap as resistance. So now we'll have to see if the market cap continues up from here. If we can break above this high at 248 million, we could be entering a new bull run here, at least for Chia. You can see the circulating supply is still extremely low, as well as the market cap, another good sign for growth. This is actually pretty funny here. I remember a couple weeks ago, this was all red saying bearish, and now it's all green saying bullish. So to sum things up here, this $25 level on Chia could be the bottom. We may never come back down here again. This is especially true if we break this downtrending level of resistance, this green line here, to the upside and use it as support. So with all that being said, we will likely find a rejection relatively soon if I had to guess, especially considering that we are rallying into resistance, whether it be at the top of this Ichimoku cloud or at the downtrending level of resistance here. We'll just have to see. This downtrending level of resistance is sitting anywhere between 60 and 70 bucks. It really just depends if we hit it sooner or later. But ultimately, if we do find a rejection around the 60 to $70 region, we really need to hold this as support. If we can hold this as support and trade within each Ichimoku cloud here and test this line a bunch of times, we could break it to the upside and have a pretty substantial move out of here. And that's only after we break the 200 EMA as well. If we can't manage to hold this bottom, we'll likely continue the move that we have been having for quite some time now. Just kind of a slow bleed off like this until we find some more buyers. But again, we have some pretty good volume here, so this does look promising. It was also worth a mention that the EMA ribbon on the daily here looks like it's about to turn green, maybe here in a couple days. If it does turn green and we stay up here, this would be honestly the best sign for it. As you can see, we have never had a green EMA ribbon ever since its inception. So a green EMA ribbon here could be the icing on the cake. This is all I have for Chia today. If you enjoyed this video, go to the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, go and do so. If you would like to join the Discord, I'll post the link to it in the description below. As always, this is not financial advice, and I'll see you in the next one.